Hi everybody. Decided to go live really this evening. It was not planned, so I kind of wanted to do a another card, kind of like what I did here, using the Blossoms in Bloom. And I'm trying out some different colors, and let me know what you think. Okay. So what I'm using is the Blossom in Bloom stamp set and the dies that come with it, and I will show you the dies. They're really, really cute. And if you don't want the stamp set, the dies are just as much worth it. Okay, let me get these magnetic strips out. Okay, so what you get is you get this big one here that's kind of like the thin outlay of the flower itself, and then you get this other portion of it. It's more the fuller flower, and then that it'll look like this. And so what I'm going to be working is just these two pieces, and that's it. That's all we're going to be using as far as die cuts. We're going to be using our blends that Stampin' Up has now. I really enjoy coloring with these blends because it makes your coloring, even if you're coloring outside the lines, you can't even tell. Let's go ahead and put this back in. And this stamp set can be found on page 51 of the new catalog. And I'm kind of getting my ideas from looking at Pinterest, and then also in the catalog it has the where someone had colored them as well. And not really sure, mine doesn't really look like that, but hey, you know what? This is where you make it your own and make it different as well. And then of course you can color that. I do believe that is probably using the stamp set for the inside of the flowers, as you can see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the biggest piece, and it might be a little too white on there, so let me see if I can find a different color background. Well, we'll try it. You'll see it as we're coloring. And I'm going to go ahead and start with these colors. I'm using dark Mango Melody, the light Mango, the dark Daffodil Delight, the light Daffodil Delight, the dark Paper Pumpkin, and then the light Paper Pumpkin. Not sure if I'm actually going to be using those or not, but you know what? We'll go from there and just kind of make it, you know, kind of do what we want to do. All right. So I'm going to start with the darker color, and like I did on this one, let me go a little differently. Let me do the red flowers versus where I did the yellows. So I'm going to use the widest end that's here, okay, and I'm going to color using the side of it. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of color just along the edge here, the darkest color, because we're going to blend that in. And if you're not sure the leaf leaves off, it's perfectly fine. We can fix that if you're not satisfied with that. So we're just going to go ahead and go along like this. And I'm going to go along this flower over here. Might go in here a little bit in the center. Go along over here. And then we'll do this flower. So again, all I'm doing is just kind of going along the edge, just kind of, I don't know, scribbling, doodling, just making a project, making beauty. That looks like it's my part of the other, so I'm going to go like this. Go in the center, I go along the little stems here. Alrighty. So this is what we have so far. Alright. Hi Jill, how's it going? Thanks for joining me, even though I kind of did a last minute hopping on. Alright, so that's enough for the light, or I'm sorry, the dark mango. I'm gonna go, well, let's go the light Daffodil Delight. And again, I'm gonna use the paintbrush looking side. And I'm going to color using my side, and I'm just going to kind of go along in circles, and I'm going to pick up some of that mango melody that we just had in there, and it kind of makes it blend. And once it kind of starts to dry, those lines disappear. So take a look at that. What do you think? Then I'm going to go in the center, kind of blend as well. It's okay if you leave white spaces, because they'll get filled in or they'll get covered up with the little thin side of things, the thin frame part of it. Alright, so I'm just going to go along this one. Check it out here, see what it looks like. And then I'm going to use the light pumpkin pie, and again I'm going to use the brush side. The other side is just more of a fine tip, so if you want to like get into smaller places with it, that's what you would use that for. So then this is going to make my flower a little more orangey-ish. Is that a word? And it's a little dark here, but you know what? We're going to go back in another second and lighten it up a little bit with coloring over it. So I'm just going to blend a little bit like that along the edges. This is probably more of an outside color. That's okay. And we have that. It's coming together a little bit. Then I'm going to go back in using my light Daffodil Delight, which is right here. And then I'm just going to try to blend all this in again. Then I'm just going to pretty much color these all in. Yeah, I would probably recommend using the pumpkin pie on the outside instead of the inside. But you know, there are some flowers that have the centers more darker than the outer edges of it. So I think it's perfectly fine. Alright. So there we go with the yellow ones. Just kind of touching up a little bit. Alright, then I'm going to do these colors on the other flowers that are along the edges here. And let's go with, we'll make the smaller flowers kind of the purplish color. And again, we're going to use the brush tip and just kind of go along the edges. You can start with the darker color or the lighter color. It's up to you. It's your preference. I think normally if you have like the darker ones, it kind of makes the light blend easier because you can go in and pull the lightness or the, I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry about that. My artist friends can tell you. Jill, would you start with the darker color or the lighter color when you're coloring it? And I'm going to blend these kind of a little together here. Hey Laura, how's it going? This is the card that I showed you guys the other night. Okay. I'm just going to kind of go in there a little willy-nilly. Okay, so we're here. You would start with the lighter first? All right. All right, and if any of you have made this card and you try this technique, post your pictures here and let me know how they turn out. I'd really like to see them. All right, so then I'm going to use the light Rococo Rose. Let's try it here, see how that looks. That might be a little too dark. Oh, nope, I think that's going to be just right. Now, what the heck, we'll just go in there. There we go. Oh, well, with the blends though, you can kind of pull some of the color down if you're, that's what I heard. I haven't played with these very often enough, except to color like the, what was the stamp set that we had that was the Rhino. I went through some gray on that Rhino. Alright, so look what we have there. What do you think? Alrighty. And honestly, there's no skill to this at all. It's just kind of going in circles and just coloring. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So while I'm coloring this, I want to let you all know that I have my 5th quarterly bingo. I do bingos every quarter, and my next one is going to be on July 11th. What it is you're going to play 6 games of bingo on, I think it's Facebook Live, or we might try Zoom and see how that works, so then that way everybody can see each other and actually participate and meet new people. This quarantine has kind of given us a new outlook on socializing on the computer. Instead of just texting, you know, we can all talk on the computer too. The art form of talking has gone away. I'm a firm believer in talking on the phone, talking to your friends, your family. Anyway, so back to the bingo. It's going to be July 11th at 9 o'clock California time. So if you're in the New York area, it'll be noon your time. And we're going to play 6 games. And I'm going to be sending you a package ahead of time that will have the bingo cards. It's going to have your swag bag. That's a value of probably $25. And the shipping is included. in that $39, so you don't have to pay anything extra for that. And we will play 6 games, and each time there's a winner, they'll win Stampin' Up prizes. And again, the cost is only $39. The spaces are limited, so I do recommend that if you really want to sign up, do so quickly. I'll get the packages out, I think, before June 24th to allow plenty of time for you to receive the package. And what we're going to do is we're going to play the bingo games first, and then we'll kind of hang around and do the make and takes until, you know, the time, you know, runs out. And there's going to be a PDF for the bingo, or a PDF for the make and takes. There's 4, maybe 5 make and takes that we're going to do. The stamp set that I'm featuring that you can purchase on top of it is Tasteful Touches. That's going to be the theme of the make and takes that I'm doing. So if you want to go ahead and purchase this ahead of time as well, it's $23, and I'll just throw it in the package so you don't have to pay shipping. So let me know if you want that on top of that. We will also have extra bingo cards available for $5 each, so it improves your chances of getting winning bingo more. And I'll just give you kind of a snapshot of some cards I've been working on. I'm not sure they're going to be your make and takes, but it'll give you an idea of the stamp set. And here's one of the cards that I made. I used some designer series paper, I used some ribbon. So all this stuff, if I was to have you guys make this card, I would give you everything except for the flower. I'll give you a piece of paper so you can stamp your own flower if you purchase the set, or if you already have a set, definitely you'd punch that out on your own, because I can't send stamped images. So you would then fussy cut it out yourself, but I'll give you the little piece of paper if this is the card that I send you guys, okay? And then if there's any embossing on the paper, I will do that for you. I will cut out these little tags for you. I'll give you the gems, I'll give you the ribbon, I will give you everything that you need to make this card. So if you buy the stamp set and buy this, you got everything that you need to make the whole entire make and takes that I'm going to send you. And this is another card that I've been kind of working on. It's just a little, if I was to send this to you, I would give you the ribbon, I would give you the little pearls that come with it, I'd give you the designer series paper, I would give you these little tags. I would even put holes in these for you, so you just thread your ribbon through here, and there you already have a card. Look at that. And oh, this designer series paper is super cute. There's 2 sides of it, so it's a good idea. And another one that I have, again, if I was to send you this card, you would have the DSP, you would have all these little cutouts for you already. You would get the ribbon, and you'd even get the gems, okay? So that's just an idea of what the make and takes are. I'm debating, you know, I will do at least 4. I might do 5, I might do 6, but at least you're going to get 4, and then everything you need to make for the card. Okay, let me know if you have any questions, and if you go onto my Happy to Be Stamping Facebook group, you'll see that there's a link in there with more information on it, and you click on where it says book now, and it'll take you directly to PayPal, and you can make your payment there, and I'll get notified, and then I'll get that sent out to you. And then just to reaffirm, the swag bag is at least $25 worth of Stampin' Up product, and that is part of your $39. Okay, so if you haven't tried Stampin' Up before, give us a try. It's really a great great way to get your toes wet. Ask Jill. She hasn't been in Stampin' Up much. She likes to make cards, and she sorry Jill, I'm kind of throwing you under the bus. She kind of likes making cards, and she's real crafty and everything, but she recently, after me talking about Stampin' Up for a while, she realized that, hey, Stampin' Up does everything for you. It makes everything color coordinated, as you can see by these colors that I'm using on the blends. The paper matches, the ink matches, and it's a great community. So definitely give Stampin' Up a try if you haven't. All right, so let's color the leaves. Sorry about that. What is the saying? Sorry, not sorry. All right, so I'm gonna use, let's use the Granny Apple. I'm gonna use the dark. So I'm just gonna, let's do what Jill says. Start with the lighter. So I'm gonna start with the lighter. I'm just gonna go into the leaves, go this way, kind of make the inside lighter color. And I'll go back with the green, darker green in color. So then here's my leaves. Oh, you have issues when it doesn't match? Yes. Only if it's not current colors. Most of the current colors do match. There's a great resource called Pinterest that if you're not sure what color will go with the Highland Heather, if you go on to Pinterest, it will definitely give you, if you type in matches, ink matches to Highland Heather for Stampin' Up, and it'll give you a ton of resources, which is honestly what I use, which is, I'm not the best color coordinated. I was kind of making my own colors on these, so we'll see how they turn out. All right, so yeah, just gonna go a little bit with the green here. Might go in between with some old olive to blend them together. I'm just gonna kind of go up on the edges here, maybe a little on the inside. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna move it along because this is I still got my outline to color. And then I'm using my old olive. We'll try it on one to see how that works. I'm not too sure. Well, we'll try it. We are kind of having a heat wave here. I'm going to go back to the Granny Apple, the lighter one. I'm going to try to blend it in. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Oh, I did forget one here. Let's try old olive here, see how that works. How's everybody doing with the COVID? I know it's horrible. I've been one of the lucky ones that have continued to work through. Had to go into the office often, or every day actually, so alright, so I'm just blending these all in together like this, and there we go. We got the green part of the leaves. Alright, now for the purple flowers, and I'll use, let's use Flirty Flamingo and Highland Heather, and the paint side of it as well, and go on the outside. There's really no rhyme or reason on these that I'm coloring, so I'm just going along the edges. Let's go a little bit in the middle. Wow, that's early, Jill. Earlier than you expected, wasn't it? Alrighty. This flower looks a little tie-dyed, but that's quite alright. Alright. Would anyone be interested in doing a Zoom meeting and just kind of having like a town hall, so to speak, on, you know, whatever we're working on for cards, or if you're not into cards, you can, if you knit or crochet or needlepoint, you can needlepoint along with us. We can all Zoom and just talk, get to know each other. All right, so there's this. So let's go ahead and do the outline. So the outline, the key part of this is making sure that you're using the right color on the flower that you did here, okay? And honestly, you can use, if you wanted to, you can probably keep it, you know, the white, or if you had the silver paper or the gold foil paper that we sell, that would work, you know, that would really make it pop on top of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and color this, and just remember, and I'm going to actually use the darker color of the inks along the edges of these, and I'm just going to go in areas. It's not going to be neat or anything. My paper is going to get all saturated. You'll see here in a little bit. And so I'm leaving some white spots because I'm going to go in with another color, kind of do like a tie-dye effect. Earlier than you wanted to, Jill. Hey, I wish I could, I shouldn't say that. I wish I was able to kind of stay home sometimes. But I'm fortunate that I was able to keep my job. I do payroll and human resources, so it's kind of a needful thing to have. All right, so you can see here where I didn't quite like color all the spots, and you'll see why, because I'm just going to go back in and I'm going to do a Mod Podge of different colors. I think I'm going to go in here with like a pink, and I'll finish one so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. If you hear a strange noise, my dog is down here laying next to me now, and he's starting to snore. He's had a hard day, let me tell you. Okay, can you kind of see how the colors blended a little bit? And if I want, I'm going to go back into the Rococo Rose and pick up some more areas. What do you think? All right. When I'm done with this video, I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to stick it over into YouTube. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want to, I'm going to do more videos, and so I would like to have everybody just kind of join, and if you click the subscribe button, it'll let you know when I put a new video out there. And I'll try to do some useful tips and tricks and little things like that. Alright, so here's my other flower. And again, I'm still using the Flirty Flamingo Dark. And there we go. And so then for the little purple flowers, I want to use the dark Highland Heather. And running out of spaces that I haven't colored. So here's the dark. I'm just going to kind of go in like that a little bit, and then I'm going to do this one here as well. Just using the side of my brush tip. See how that is? Okay. And then go in with the lighter one. And when I do the yellow one, I'm going to pretty much use the paper, or I'm sorry, the pumpkin pie. You can see here how I did it on this one, and it made the flower kind of pop a little bit more. Alright, so there's that flower, and then there's this one here. Jill, did you get blends on your last order that you had? I think you said something about getting them. Okay, so for this flower, I'm going to go back in with a little Flirty Flamingo and overlay the top of that purple, and you can see what it did. Give it the tie-dye effect versus the one that doesn't have it. Can I show it on my screen? Okay, hope it's safe. So I'm going to do the same on this one too. Just kind of go in and blend it all and give it a tie-dye effect. Alrighty. And you know, I might just do that with one of these reddish flowers. Let's do blonde. Alright, so now the leaves. We'll use the Granny Apple Green dark. Let's use the tip side. Just kind of touching bases on some of these areas. Yeah, Jill, with you being the artist that you are, you're going to definitely enjoy having the blends. Okay, so now I'm going in with the lighter. I'm just kind of touching up a little bit here and here, covering the white spots that are left. Kind of move over a little bit. There you go. See how quick this is? Okay, and if you want to order this stamp set, definitely let me know and I'll get it ordered for you, or I'll walk you through my website that you can go to place your order. This is great. The set alone without the stamps, you know, you really don't need the stamp sets, but you would want the whole bundle. You get the whole bundle, you save 10%. So the price of that is in the catalog as well. If you join Stampin' Up this month, they have a special that you get for $99 to sign up. You get free delivery or free shipping, and then you get $125 worth of product, and then on top of all that you get a free bundle set, and you can pick any bundle you wanted. So if you wanted this Blossoms and Bloom bundle stamp set and the dies that I showed you earlier, you can get that for free. Alright, so definitely a good time to sign up. I've been in Stampin' Up for about a little over 3 years now, and this is a good good time to join. And you can just join as a hobbyist. You get 20% discount. And it's great. Okay, so I'm going to use dark pumpkin pie, and in just a few seconds ago I used the dark mango melody. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to go in with my brush tip and color in the white spots, and then I'm going to go back with a different color and lighten it kind of up a little bit. And if you join Stampin' Up, you don't have to stay with us. You will eventually miss us, is what I want to say. But you join my team. I'm out here in California, and I do a lot of live events. And it doesn't matter where you're at in the country, and you know. Okay, so I'm using Light Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going back in and kind of coloring my colors that I had previously put on there. And there we go. I am going to go back in and touch up my leaves. I'm going to check everything else and make sure white spaces are quite all right. I mean, there's no laws to coloring, right? And as you can tell, I'm definitely not coloring on the lines. Let's try a little yellow in the purple flower. That gave it a different look. Nice. All right. And the green. Just go back in here. And how does that look, folks? Oh, embellishments. Yep. A little bling. Okay. We're going to take this and we're going to layer this on top, and then we're going to put it on a base card that we call it, and we're going to have a card right away. How about that? All right, so here's the little tricky part. It does get a little messy at times when you're using glue. So what I'm going to do is get some glue. Let's see if I have, sorry, I might get in the camera way here. I'm going to look for a base that I want my card. Let me just see a few, how I like some of these. What do you think about this color? I'm not sure what's happening with my camera. Hope you guys aren't being all crazy. Or how about this color? Oh, no, not that one. Not that one. Or this one? What do we think for a backdrop? Or should we just go with white? All right. Jill, what's your opinion? You know what? I can probably send you this card. What do you think? I know how you like purple. You want purple? Or just white? trimmer and cut me This is the Stampin' Up trimmer. They came out with these a little while ago. It's really great to have. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. Use the white. And then my base of the card. Alrighty, so I'm going to fit it in like this. I'm going to take my Tombow glue, and the reason I'm using the glue is it allows you to move the card around a little bit before it sets. It is quick setting, so kind of get the glue on there and immediately kind of start looking at your placement on there, because you don't have that much time to move it around, but you definitely have more time to move it around using glue versus tape. Alright, so I'll get back on camera a little bit here and show you, because I know I was off camera a little bit. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, so I have it all glued up, alright, and I'm just gonna flip it around over here and glue it down, and this is the fuller side of it. Alright, so to check, make sure that I'm good. See, it's pretty much already just kind of stuck there now. Alright, so, but I'm good with that. I like that area. Alright, so on this one here is going to be about the same, but I'm just ever so lightly just going in with some, just a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's just a little bit. In the areas that are a little bigger, I can, like on the leaves, I can put just a little bit more glue in those areas. But I'm just going to kind of lightly. Another thing you can do is take a silicone mat that we have and use a sponge and just kind of like dip into your glue and then go over along the back. Or in the new catalog, we have adhesive sheets that you would put your piece of paper on the adhesive sheet and then run it through the die cut and cut it out together, and then it pulls off like a sticker. I have mine on order yet. I got notice today that my order is being delivered next week, so I'll be trying the adhesive sheets out that are coming back. Alright, so then I'm just going to match up my flowers. And then I'm going to just put this right on top ever so gently, making sure that I'm lining everything up. And there's a few spots, so I'm just going to press down really for a few seconds. Alrighty. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals and put it on the back of this card, or on the back of the layer. I've seen some other videos where these ladies put dimensionals all over, and they would win prizes for sure for the fastest person to take off the back of the adhesives, which is a talent in itself. Alright, so I just kind of popped it up on a 8.5 by 11, scored and cut at 8.5 by 4 1/4. Alrighty, And I had a ribbon on this one that I did, but I'm going to go ahead and put a sentiment on this one. And I'm going to use this and I'm going to say thank you. And I'm going to use my blend, and I can blend. Let me move this here. I can use my blends on my stamp pads too. And I just color like this. And then I'm gonna stamp it onto, that did not work. That's okay, because you know what, there's two sides to every piece of paper, so if it doesn't work once, flip it over and try it again. And let's try that. Not sure what. Maybe I'm not getting enough ink, so let me get one of my ink pads. Use Highland Heather. Try it out over here. Yep, much better, much better. All right, so I have another scrap piece of white, Whisper White. Stamp on here. There we go. Close this up. And then I'm gonna just kind of fussy cut my thank you. Make it a little different. Just kind of go around. Just gonna make it a little different. And it's kind of all crooked, which I wanted it to be. Just kind of do a little my own thing. I'm going to take some mini dimensionals that we have in the catalog. We have black ones too, that if you're using darker colors, it hides the tape part of it so much nicer. Makes it kind of more blend into the card. Alrighty, so I'm going to use this and I'm going to put it, let's see where we think. Let's go kind of like right here. Alright, and then we have to have some jewels or embellishments. So I'm going to get out my holiday rhinestones. Actually, I'm just going to use my basic rhinestones. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool. And I'm just going to pick up my rhinestones with that and just put a few, 3, 4, usually do an average of 3. I'm going to put one there on the sentiment. And I think I'll use 5. An odd number is always good to use. Not sure why. And actually, I'm going to move this. I'm not quite happy there. I created a mess all of a sudden. Sorry. Alright. And I'm going to put this one right here. And there we go. We have a card, guys, using blends and just die cuts. If you wanted to get a little fancier, we can take Wink of Stella. And we have a clear Wink of Stella, and we can just kind of go in maybe and just kind of brush it a little bit inside the center of the flower, and that will give it a little more pop as well. Just have the sparkle there in the center of the flower. How perfect is that? Alright, well, there you go, guys. Like me on YouTube if you want to try the bingo game. Hit me up on Happy to Be Stamping. I'll answer any questions that you have. Again, it's $39. You get a $25 worth of swag bag. You get make and takes, everything that's included in the card that we're going to make. I'll give you everything but the stamp set. But the stamp set you can purchase on your own or through me, and if you already have it, then you're good to go on that. Demonstrators are welcome to see how it goes, how to play it, just to meet new friends. That would be great. And again, if you have any questions, give me a call. And thank you so much for joining me. All right, everybody, have a good evening, and be safe out there, okay? Thanks. Bye-bye.